Good day, guys. Good day, guys. I hope you're all good. Welcome to Tuesday Live Analysis. Welcome to Tuesday Live Analysis. So I'm just going to quickly do an analysis based on what I'm seeing. We currently have one position, a runner on B1000 at current market price. So that's the setup which I'm going to start to explain on. Okay, so based on this pattern, we've been pushing down for quite some time since the price opened. We've been bearish. So right now I'm looking to trade into a retracement. That's what I'm looking to trade into. So what I notice is on M15, head price creating a low here and forming a pattern here. So if I look at the TDI, I'm actually trading above the yellow baseline, which gives some validity to my setup or to my bias. So the safe buy would be if price breaks above this area here and gives us a close above. That's when we're going to scale in. But for now, we just have one position. And if we come above this area here, we're going to add some positions. So what's the target? Okay, so drop to H1. So in this particular trade, price can most likely trade back into this zone, making this a quick scalp, or it can actually push back up all the way to this area. So these are all points of interest which I'm marking. So our safe entry would be above 13,685. That's our safe buy, just above that high there. If you notice, if you zoom in, you also see that we've got like a pin bar candle here, right on the H1. So for me, this looks like the stop hunt. If there was a stop hunt on this level here, this looks like that's the stop hunt. So early entry here, safe buy here. If price can come and close above the 13 EMA, we can look for a potential retracement all the way back into this level here before price potentially continues down. So this is how I'm viewing B1000. So I'm just going to go down the time frames so just to see if I can get other reasons to actually scale into the buy before it even pushes up. So for now, I'd say I'm happy with this pattern which I'm looking at. I just want price to break above 13,685 for me to actually scale in. Then I'll be looking forward to get at least, this trade will most likely pay 40 pips, at least 40 pips. If they come up here, it will be about almost 150 pips. But out of that move, whatever move happens, I'll be happy to take 40 pips. So we'll just wait. We'll keep checking on this one, because if price moves, we just want to scale in while it's still hot. So you could also look at the same setup as this being the peak and this being your order block. So safe sell is above that order block, which is also above this area. Sorry, safe buy, right? So if price comes above this level or this order block, it's more or less the same thing, depending with what you're looking at or how you're looking at it. You might use this as a peak and this as an order block. So safe buy would be if price comes back above and we look forward to a continuation push up. So we'll just keep stalking that, see what happens. Right, I was also looking at C1000 when I saw these candles. I've been sort of anticipating small reversal. Like from yesterday, we managed to catch a trade. We managed to catch this move. Right, so I've been sort of anticipating a reversal, but on the weekly chart, the weekly has got a reversal pattern. If we jump to the weekly, you see there is a reversal pattern there, and price looks like it's potentially moving to the 13 EMA, and it looks like it's also bullish, which is taking away from the sell buyers, the short-term sell buyers have. So that sell will be short-term as well, because I still believe the price is actually pushing up. But if we do happen to sell, then it will be a short-term sell. So right now I'm looking at price is playing above the past 2 days highs. It's visible if we drop to H1, you can see the high from yesterday and the high from the day before yesterday. That's where our price is playing around. So we've got the high from yesterday, the one from the day before yesterday. If they do take liquidity, we might see price come down. But again, you can see I've already marked my safe sell area. So if this is going to be the peak, I want to see price push down, then potentially retrace a little bit and continue, maybe coming back to this zone and then continuing with that uptrend which we see from the weekly chart. So for now, I'll say that's my view. If I drop to M15 just to catch an early entry, I might take a sell below this area. So if price drops just below this order block, I might consider taking a sell, and we'll actually consider taking profit here, where it actually looks like it's a safe sell for H1, but then price might actually maybe just break a little, bounce off here, then continue pushing up. Because here you see we are actually respecting the 200 EMA, so they might come back to the 200 EMA area. So if they can come below here, I'll definitely execute a sell, and I'll be looking forward to catch about 30 pips. So C1000, we've got a potential of 30 pip move. The entry price would be 58.15. If you break below 58.15, we will be short on C1000. Then B1000, we'll keep checking. Let me just see if I can go on it on my other device. Because, sometimes B1000, if it decides to move, sometimes it just moves fast. Okay, so we haven't moved yet, but I'm still, based on current market price or current price action, I'm actually happy with it. So I'm going to execute that sell on C1000 right now. Let's sell on C1000. This for me is a reversal pattern. Price has taken our liquidity from the past 2 days, so we'll get a form of a retracement. It might not be a long push down, but we'll most likely catch 30 pips on this move. So I'm actually in on this trade. Current market price 58.16. If we do close below again, I think I might still scale in. Then I'll just see maybe if price retests to scale in again before we actually get that move back into this area. So that's my view. We active on C1. C5, I've been anticipating a reversal as well. You can see we've been tracking it. So from this high, we broke a few structures here, came down, came back to retest the zone, impulsive move again, came back into the order block, another setup here. So what could potentially happen is price might respect the same zone which it broke from this peak. So what we're waiting for now is H1 to give us a reversal candle. A reversal candle could be a bearish engulfing. It can be a doji, it can be a pin bar, or it can be an inside bar. So if we get any of those candles here, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down to M15, and we're going to wait for a pattern. So for now, if this becomes the peak, the order block is here, meaning I can only safely sell below this level. So below 49.90, that's the safest sell. You can see I had already marked that level. But if price extends, it leaves an order block here, then I'll use that order block for an early entry, and I'll actually look to take profit around today's lows. So that's my view on CCC 500. Okay, checking B1. All right, going to B5. There was a nice setup yesterday, a nice low here for the day. If you notice here, we had a tiny order block there, which was like violated a couple of times, so we couldn't use it really. Then we had this level marked out for price breaking and actually retesting and pushing up, or just breaking and pushing up. So price actually prayed below the level for a while. Then if you notice, we got an impulsive move within this range, which actually broke here. So you could have ran a fib, or you could have used this as a demand zone. Just based on how you understand price, you could have found your entry either right here for a sniper entry or right here based on our pattern. So it was a good trade, good short-term trade, played out. So today, what am I looking at from B500? So let's see. All right, B500 looks like we have bounced off the 50 EMA. You can see there's a nice rejection here. Price is most likely to push to the 13 EMA between today and tomorrow. Between today and tomorrow, we could see price pushing back to the 13 EMA, which is going to be a reversal to this impulsive move. So we need a reversal. Maybe price will potentially continue pushing down. So for now, I'll say it will be actually safe to look for a buy pattern. It will actually be safe to look for a buy pattern. So 4 hour, you can see we've got a nice W pattern, but from the 4 hour chart now, we've got this order block here, meaning safe buys based on the 4 hour safe buys will be above this order block. Otherwise, price might actually respect it and still continue pushing down, which is a possibility. At the same time, we see a couple of structures have been broken. Couple of structures have been broken here by this push up. So is there a possibility of maybe running a fib to get a possible buy? Let's see. So based on this push up here, if we run this fib, price is in the point of interest, as you can see. So what we need to wait for would be any form of a rejection within the zone. So this is just a broken structure here. Intraday price pushed up, broke, pushed up, came back, almost retested the same area, then broke this structure, impulsive push, rejected on the 800s, meaning if you had bought here, you could have taken profit here. This could be a retracement to a continuation up. That's possible. But at the same time, we cannot rule out the fact that this price might still come right into this order block here. So we also want to mark that order block. So wherever price rejects, that's where we're going to take our trade from. So for now on B500, I've got these 2 points of interest. This is H1. And from the H1, you can just mark from the low, the last impulsive move you see going up. If you run your fib, just use this broken structure and this order block as points of interest. What we need is a rejection candle here or a rejection candle here for us to actually consider taking the buys. So we just have to wait for price action to get into our points of interest. Then we can consider taking the trade. C3, okay, let's just check C5. Okay, C1 looks like it'll give us what we want. So I'm going to scale in one more time before this price moves. Okay, we've scaled in one more time on C1000. The target is just 30 pips for now on this particular setup. If we can get 30 pips on an impulsive move, that'll be perfect. C5, still waiting on it. C3, okay, let's look at C3. So C3 price has sort of been going like sideways on the weekly. We are right on the 13 EMA, which means anything can happen at that point. On the daily, we are right on the 50 and the 13 EMA, although we are above both, meaning we've got a bit of a bias. That price might decide to push up before it sells. Okay, so this could be an impulsive move. This could be a retracement, and we might get a continuation down. That's what could potentially happen based on what I'm looking at right now. But I think we'll want to see how the current daily candle closes before we act. If today closes favorable, maybe down here, then we might consider taking those sells, especially if we break here. This price will definitely melt all the way to possibly 2400 or just below the zone. This is on the daily chart. So how the current daily candle closes today is going to determine how we trade. So for now, anything we take will be short term if we do take anything, but price could potentially be pushing up. As you can see, we've got a broken structure up here, or a broken level which was not retested. So price could potentially push up there first before we get any sales. So I'll say that's a point of interest. I also have this candle here as a point of interest. So let's just wait on C300. If they break this low now, then price could actually then push down without coming up here. So let's just keep that in mind as well. So this is 4 hour. I'll just leave this one on the 4 hour because it looks like it will take some time to play out. Excuse me. So B1 still stalking. We still have entries on B1 or B1. Our stop loss would be below this current low. If price comes below this low, then we can consider this a loss and we'll still wait for a fresh pattern to form. Going to J10 without going anywhere, looking at this pattern, it looks like it's a buy. If we put this level here, once we break today's highs, we're looking for a possible flip zone. We're also within a flip zone from yesterday. So this was yesterday's highs. Price is playing around that area. We've got a demand zone here, which looks like it's being respected. So if we do break above here, this price will definitely run up all the way to the 200 MA. So that's my view for J10. I'm not sure if I'll execute a trade on it, but this is my view. I don't have any other view. Just looking at this H1 pattern, I think I can be happy to formulate that particular setup. So if price decides to push down, this is your stop loss barrier. If price comes below this order block or below this demand zone, then it can hit stop loss and this will be a failed trade. But as it is looking right now, I would love to actually take trades just above this area, which is the current highs of today. If they are broken and we get a retracement, I would love to execute a buy. Then going to V2501S. V2501S. So let's see from here, you can see I had a setup whereby I ran a fib. This was actually yesterday, but I did not execute here. I don't know why I didn't execute. We ran a fib from this high to this low. Price retraced right into 38.2, which was also an order block or a supply zone. And they pushed down to almost TP1, retraced back into this order block, which was broken off this peak. retested, broke another peak, retested. So many points of entry here on this particular one. Price continued to go, hit TP1, TP2. So mainly the thing to get is the bias. If you can get the bias for the day correct, it makes everything else a bit easier. So looking at it on the daily, you can see we are within that range. We've been choppy on V2501S, but this price action for me looks bearish. We could potentially be coming to this low. I hate executing trades within the middle of the range. So I don't think I'll execute here, but I'll just pinpoint points of interest for anyone maybe who might be trading this. So we've got a supply zone here, which looks like it's being retested. We've got this low here, safe sales below this low, with the TP being this level here. So since I've got a selling bias, I'm just looking for sales. I'm not looking at anything else. And I also have this supply zone here. So if we do run a fib from that high to this low, you can see we have no retracement yet. For this impulsive push down, we do not have any retracement, meaning this price can extend that push before we even get a retracement. So this setup is still forming, and entering now won't be such a good idea until we get a proper retracement. So that's my view on V2501S. I'm just going to come back to C1 to see what's happening. C5, C3, B5, B1. B1 looks like it wants to take out our runner, but let's see what happens. J10, V250, step index. It looks like we've been on a strong bearish move. I've got my brothers who trade step index. I hope you guys have been killing it. So let me just clear my chart a bit. Okay, so from the daily, you can see we've been pushing down, and I believe this price could be coming back to retest these lows. That's possible. At the same time, we've been bearish for like 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Today's day number 4. We also have an order block here. So price might reject and start pushing back up. That's also possible. So we want to pay close attention to how the current day's candle closes as well. But however, the bias looks to be bearish, right? We are in a bearish order flow here. If we drop to H4, you can see we've been selling ever since this week started. From Sunday, we've just been pushing down. There's no retracement whatsoever. It's a strong push to the downside. So usually setups like these can be kind of hard to trade, especially if price is showing no retracement, because we are not really sure where it will eventually retrace to. Will it actually retrace or it will reverse? So that's the hard part about these setups. But anyways, since our bias is bearish, I would love to use this order block as a point of interest. I would love to use this order block as a point of interest. And I would love to use this broken support zone as a point of interest. So if price comes here and respects this, we can look for a sell. If it comes slightly above and respects this, we can still look for a sell. If they come slightly above and bounce off this level, which was broken, we can still look for a sell. But if it violates and comes above, then something else might be happening. But again, it will be best to wait and see how the current day's candle closes. However, the bias here is bearish. So this one, again, I'll leave it on the 4-hour. V751S, I won't really talk about it. I just looked at it yesterday when I was in a session with someone who wanted me to help them just share my view. So I won't really look at this because I do not trade it. So I'm actually going to remove it. So current running trade, we've got C5, which currently looks like a high probability trade. We've got B1, we have a runner. it could take us out. We are very close to the stop loss here. So those are the two current running trades. But I would love to hedge my B. If we have a loss, I would love to hedge that loss by adding more positions on C1000. But trade is still running, so I'm still anticipating a push up. They might just come and give equal lows as well here. Then push up. This is still a safe entry for buys. We just want to see how they respect this area. If they still spike from here, this is still the safe entry because it will be the order block. You can still take buys there. Yeah, so I think that's it from me today. I don't know if there is any questions. If there's questions, you can just send me the question on Telegram, then I'll respond to it. But for now, that's it. I'm active on C1000. Looking forward to get 30 pips from this trade. Active on B1 with the runner. So if they do take us out, we just want to see what will happen. But I'm still looking forward for a potential buy. At some point, we'll get that buy. So we'll keep stalking. So seeing that I'm only looking at those two, I'm going to minimize the rest. And I'm just going to focus on these two for now. Okay, so that's it from me today. I hope today's session was productive. If there's anything you want to add, anything you want me to look at, just let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Good trading.